Can you guys believe that this mistake made it into a full episode of SpongeBob? Or this one? Or even this one right here? There are so many mistakes in SpongeBob, and guys, let's expose some of them. Let's get right into it.
We need to bust out of this joint! Any thoughts?
We could ask them nicely!
Yeah, I can see why you're still in jail.
The episode Jailbreak is an interesting episode. It's all about Plankton getting put in jail, like he gets locked up. But he eventually joins forces with his cellmates to break out of jail and get that Krabby Patty secret formula. Or at least he tries. Now this episode only has one mistake, but this one mistake is actually like really bad. It happens really quickly. I'm gonna play the clip. Let's see if you guys can spot the mistake, alright? Let's do this. Roll that footage.
Bring me the Krabby Patty formula!
Sorry, boss. We looked everywhere for it, but we can't find it.
Did you try looking in the safe?
Did you guys catch it? Like I said, it happens really fast. It has to do with SpongeBob's pants. But when the whale cellmate turns around and looks at the safe in the Krusty Krab, look, SpongeBob's pant leg color is like randomly white instead of brown. I don't even need to show you guys this, but this is how SpongeBob normally looks, and as you can see, his pant legs are brown like they've been since season 1. But in this one scene of this one episode, yeah, they messed up big time, because why are his pants brown? It looks so weird. Not as weird as this next episode set of mistakes, guys. Be prepared, because these are gonna blow your mind. Let's head over to another episode. I know I'm kind of weird for this, but one of my favorite SpongeBob characters is Squidward, and it's awesome when Squidward gets like his own episodes where he's like the main character of the episode. And this is what happens in the insanely bizarre and wacky episode Squidward and Clarinet Land, where somehow Squidward ends up in this place, Clarinet Land, which is just wild. Like, look at how weird this place is. What's really strange in this episode though are the two mistakes. This first one though is just wow. Roll the footage.
You calling me a liar?
I don't appreciate your tone.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
This is a
Definitely one of the worst mistakes I've covered. So as you guys can see, when the bald eagle over here grabs Squidward with his tongue, ew, for about one frame, this frame right here, Squidward's eyes are completely out of position. They're like behind his head, when of course they should be facing the eagle. Like, how did this happen? Like, what? If you thought this was bad though, take a look at mistake number 2 from Squidward and Clarinet Land. Like, this episode is full of mistakes.
Squidward, are you okay?
It's such a nightmare.
Did you guys catch that one? So when Squidward mutters such a nightmare, for about 2 frames, if we look right here, his mouth, his entire bottom part of his mouth just was not drawn. It's only for a few frames, so it can kind of be forgiven, but like, how do these mistakes even happen, man? 2D animation's hard, I'll give them a break, but like, you just forgot to draw his whole mouth? Poor Squidward, but yeah, let's keep it rolling, guys. Lots of crazy mistakes coming up, so stay tuned.
Just make an incision here. No! Shoot! Son of a gun! Not my bad!
I'll take that.
Next up, we have a modern episode of SpongeBob. This episode's from the HD era. It's Code Yellow. And the plot of this episode's actually really funny. Squidward over here wants to get a nose job at the hospital, but somehow SpongeBob over here becomes his doctor and his surgeon. So yeah, I don't know about you guys, I would never let SpongeBob perform a surgery on my face. There's a lot of weird things going on in this hospital though. There's a mistake here that's really funny. I'm gonna roll the clip and let's see if you guys can spot it. And here's a hint. It has to do with this fish right here.
And best of all, there's no SpongeBob here.
Oh boy, surgery!
What are you doing here?
Oh, hi everybody!
Yeah, so when SpongeBob enters the operating room in the clips you guys just saw, this fish right here on the left, who looks like Incidental 6 kind of, is purple, alright? Remember this? He's purple. But here's the problem. In the following scenes, like seconds later, we jump to the same shot and that same fish is there, but look at him now. He's now a completely different color and he's kind of changed shape as well. So just like, what? Fish don't magically change colors in between scenes. What most likely happened here is they originally drew and colored this fish as purple and then forgot and gave him a completely different color, which looks so weird. This is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. I really wanted to make today, like all of the mistakes, to be like funny mistakes. So stay tuned. Let's keep it moving. Plenty of more episodes to cover and plenty of more mistakes coming up. Before we head over to the next one though, do me a favor in the comments, let me know 3 episodes you want me to cover in the future and I'll find mistakes in them. Do it right now. Leave that comment, but let's head over to that next episode. Let's keep it moving.
This fall won't hurt me.
The episode, Goons on the Moon, is a really good episode. I actually love this episode. There's so many funny scenes. I think even Santa Claus shows up at one point in this episode randomly. So funny. Really good episode. I recommend it. But this episode has an issue, and as you guys can guess, it has some mistakes, guys. It has 2 cheeky mistakes. Here's the first one.
Oh, shrimp. Now where am I?
Now this one isn't that big of a deal, and it's honestly very easy to miss, but this scene where Squidward is in the moon crater, the Krusty Krab delivery bag disappears and reappears constantly throughout the entire scene. It'll be there, then it's not there, then it's there again, and then it isn't there. And considering they're on the moon, I doubt like it's being put away and then being brought out randomly like this constantly, so this was definitely a mistake. There's some scenes where the animators forgot to draw the bag. And that ain't it for this episode. There's another mistake, damn. Now this one is really bad because I want you guys to remember that these dudes are in space, okay? They're in space, right? So in this scene where SpongeBob is having trouble putting on a seatbelt, we can see that he's barefoot. He isn't wearing any socks or shoes or nothing. However though, when they end up making a sale of clothes, SpongeBob now randomly has socks. Where did he get the socks from? Like, where did they come from? They're in space. This man didn't just get space socks randomly, so a bit of a mistake. I'll admit, the mistakes in this episode were kinda weak, but trust me guys, this next episode is full of wild mistakes.
You expect me to believe he was tickling himself?
You better tell him, SpongeBob.
All right, it was me.
Ah.
Like this.
Next up is the season 6 episode, Professor Squidward, which to be honest with you guys is not the best episode. You know, the plot is kind of cool because we get to see Squilliam, but not the best episode. What it does have though is this mistake. Let's see if you guys can spot it.
Isn't it grand?
What if?
He doesn't even have to touch an instrument to be brilliant.
All right, I've had enough.
So this character right here is known as Incidental F9, and as you can see, she's wearing this dress. It looks very good, she looks very pretty. But seconds later after that shot I just showed you, when we hear Fred say, "Isn't it grand?" Incidental F9's dress is missing. Her dress is just gone, and I highly doubt Shorty took her dress off. Like, what? Where's her dress? Where'd it go? That's not it for this episode, guys. I have another mistake. This one though, you really need to pay attention to. Like I said, this one's kind of complicated, guys, so listen closely. So during this scene where Patrick rides his locomotive into the trash can, we can see Squidward exit the building from this door right here, this door, and it leads to outside where he places the trash can, right? This door right here leads to outside, remember. But later on in this episode, this completely changes. It's like the animators forget, because when both news crews and the police come into Squidward's classroom, they enter the same door that Squidward took to go outside, but now it leads to a hallway. So a bit of a continuity error here. I don't know what's going on, but let's keep the video going, guys, and head over to another crazy episode with tons of mistakes. Don't click off.
They're selling chocolate!
That's selling chocolate.
Yeah!
Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate.
Next up is the season 3 banger, Chocolate with Nuts. If you don't know this episode, then you're living under a rock like Patrick. I love this episode, and it has some mistakes. Here's the first one.
Did you say chocolate?
Yes, sir. With or without nuts.
Chocolate? Chocolate!
So take a close look at Incidental 6 over here, as when he says, "Did you say chocolate?" his eyes are yellow and his tongue is red, as you can see here, alright, Incidental 6. However, literally in the next shot, not only are his eyes now green, as you can see here, but his tongue is also pink. The tongue color change isn't that big of a deal, but how do you go from yellow to green eyes? And there's more. This episode has another mistake. Let's see if you guys can spot it.
Would you like to buy a chocolate bar?
No!
Listen closely, as this one is very detailed, okay? So, when SpongeBob and Patrick encounter the con man for the 3rd time, we can see this staircase to his front door right here. And what's important is that it only has 3 steps. Remember this, okay? Staircase right here, and it only has 3 steps. But moments later, when the con man eventually falls down this same staircase, it's the same staircase, it now magically has like 10 steps. Like, what? Did he renovate the staircase in between between shots because this is totally a mistake. First it had 3 steps and now it has 10 steps. So yeah, a mistake. And let's keep it moving and head over to another cartoon with more mistakes, guys. Stay tuned, you're not gonna believe them. One of my favorite SpongeBob characters is Bubble Bass. I mean, this dude loves pickles and I like pickles, you know, so I like him. But he had an episode entirely dedicated to him recently on the Patrick Star Show. This episode is Bubble Bass reviews and it's hilarious, guys, because they make fun of like YouTube reviewers. This episode has a mistake. Roll the footage.
Tell him I'm not home.
Ready here. Have fun!
Yo, buddy!
Now you have to be a super fan to really catch this mistake because it's very subtle. But back in the episode Swamp Mates, we got to see Bubble Bass's room. And as you can see, the upstairs room is gray. Remember this as it's important, okay? This upstairs room in Bubble Bass's house is gray. Remember this. But if you pay attention in Bubble Bass reviews, when Bubble Bass screams and runs upstairs, the upstairs room is now pink. Like, what happened here? It used to be gray, now it's pink. I guess they could have repainted the room, but I don't think that would happen in a cartoon, guys. So kind of a mistake here. Don't worry though, we're gonna keep it moving and head over to another episode with even spicier mistakes. You will not believe it. Stay tuned.
Hey, I saw you on TV last night.
New bran flakes. Bold new taste. Bran flakes.
Next up is As Seen on TV. Now, this episode is about the Krusty Krab's first ever commercial, and SpongeBob over here thinks he's famous because he gets like a 2-second cameo in the commercial that airs on TV. It's really funny. SpongeBob gets a massive ego in the episode. It's hilarious. Here are some clips.
SpongeBob.
I'm getting recognized all over. Why, next thing you know, people are gonna start doing stuff like holding doors open for—
I gotta say, it's really weird seeing SpongeBob act like this. He's normally such a wholesome character, and he doesn't really care about attention that much. But in this episode, he thinks he's the star of the show. It's really funny the way he interacts with other characters. But what isn't so funny are the mistakes in this episode, and there's three mistakes in one episode. Here's the first one.
one with a collar, turtleneck. Squidward, this crowd is insatiable.
This first one is pretty bad, but I gotta say, you need the eyes of a hawk to be able to actually catch it. So at one point, SpongeBob lifts up his shirt collar, but if you look at the back, right by his fingers, it's like the smallest spot. I'm gonna zoom in on it so you guys can see. They didn't draw the back of his collar. Right there by his fingers, we should be able to see the back of his shirt, but I guess they just forgot to draw it. And now that I've shown you, you know it looks kind of weird. Not as weird as mistake number 2 though. This one's really bad.
'Cause when you're wearing
We want patties!
Okay, so look during this scene. When the crowd says, "We want patties," Incidental 46's waist is purple. Throughout the episode, it looks like this, right? This is how it's supposed to look, but in this one shot, for some reason, it's purple. I don't know what's going on, but hey, we still got one more mistake in this episode. Here's mistake number 3.
Well, how do you explain that? A second Krusty Krab?
Wait, now we've got no crew to make the commercial.
What are you talking about?
So early on in the episode, as you guys can see, there is a second Krusty Krab. But here's the problem. It's actually only shown when Mr. Krabs mentions it. In any other shot where you would be able to see it, it's just not there. Like in some of these shots, it should be right there. Here's a shot of it being there. Now look at these shots, it's just not there. It's missing, it's gone. The animators forgot to draw it. And wait, hold up. Do you guys know what time it is? Cause it's time for the random mistake of the day, where we take a quick break from SpongeBob to talk about mistakes in a random cartoon suggested by you guys. And one I keep on hearing about is Phineas and Ferb. We've covered them before, but we're gonna do it again. The episode is Lawn Gnome Beach Party of Terror. Interesting episode. And here's a hint. It has to do with this character right here, Isabella. I'm showing a PNG of her on screen, and it's gonna have to do with her mouth, okay? Let's see if you guys can spot it. Pay attention to Isabella over here and roll that clip.
Building a beach. Check it out.
Can me and the other Fireside girls be lifeguards? We need to earn our aquatic safety badges.
Did you guys catch it? Because it's like incredibly funny. It's only for a few frames. But at the very beginning of the episode, when Isabella asks Phineas if the Fireside Girls can help, Disney really messed up because they drew Isabella over here with two mouths. Like, look at this. She has two sets of upper teeth. Her mouth is like overlapped. It's like they drew her with two mouths. So yeah, major mistake here. And let's go back to SpongeBob. But comment down below, guys, what other cartoons do you want me to cover on the random mistake of the day? Like, actually comment it, let me know, and I'll cover it in the future. But back to the yellow spongy goodness, all right, guys? Back to SpongeBob.
Okay, Patrick, you go in first and control his arms and legs. Then I'll go in and control the brain.
Okay.
All right, we're back to SpongeBob, and I've got another spicy one for you guys. Now, this one you're gonna really need to pay close attention to kind of like catch the mistake. The episode is Snooze You Lose. So this is another modern HD episode of SpongeBob, and I'm gonna play the mistake, but here's a little hint. It has to do with the top of Patrick's head, all right? Roll that footage.
We'll have to create another Squidward in a lab.
You are a genius!
Yeah, so this is somewhat of a common mistake in 2D animation, and it's because animation is based off of layers, all right? Each item on screen, like SpongeBob, is one layer, the background is one layer. I'm not gonna explain it all right now because animation is complicated, but in this scene right here, if we pause at the right frame, look, Patrick's head gets cut off prematurely. What was supposed to happen here is Patrick's head is supposed to be touching like the side of the frame, so the top of his head would get cut off. But they positioned him a little too far from the right side of the frame, which is why we can just see this piece of his head missing. You know, it makes sense because Patrick doesn't have much of a brain. You know, maybe that's why half of his head got cut off, but it's more likely that it was a mistake, and it's okay. We'll forgive you, Nickelodeon. We'll forgive you for this. Next up, we have the episode Big Sister Sam, where we're introduced to Patrick's not so pretty or cute sister. Like, this girl is angry, dude. But anyways, we're here for mistakes, and this episode has quite a few. Here's the first one.
More spiffy.
But that's from...
My house!
Come on, sis.
Did you guys catch that? It has to do with the doorknob on Squidward's house, all right? So when Sam spiffs up the house, she adds the front door from Squidward's house, all right? You can see it right here. And at first, when we see it, the doorknob is on the right. Remember this, all right? The doorknob's on the right. However, though, in a few scenes later, it's now magically on the left. Here's a side-by-side. At first, it was on the right, and now randomly, it is on the left. What a weird mistake, and here's another one.
Wow. Hey, let's go inside and play.
So this one's weird, it needs some explaining, alright? So, when Sam throws her brother Patrick, poor Patrick, dude, like, she really throws him, and he lands on his rock. If we look, Patrick's rock is to the right of the screen, alright? It's right here on the right side. Now, the problem is seconds later, when Sam goes over to Patrick's rock, they travel to the left side of the screen, when we literally just seen that the rock is on the right side. So technically a mistake. This one's kind of weird. There's gonna be a lot crazier mistakes coming up, guys, that are actually really bad, so let's keep it moving.
Let's go back to the main deck.
Okay.
Patrick!
This next one takes place in the episode The Wreck of the Moa Loa, and it's right at the very end of the episode. Roll the clip.
That was awesome!
This one only happens for a split second, so I can't really blame anybody for missing it, but when SpongeBob and Patrick laugh after their ride gets destroyed, like I said, for a split second, SpongeBob's mouth is gone. Like, what? How do you forget to draw this dude's mouth? It's only for a split second, though, so I guess I'll give him a break. It's probably a glitch. But weird mistake, dude, and we've got plenty of more that are even more weird.
Mom, look, it's a guy dressed as a Krabby Patty.
It's never too soon to start picking a good college, Billy.
In the episode Krusty Dogs, Krusty Krabs are replaced with hot dogs, which is just wild, but not as wild as the mistake in this episode. Take a look at this.
No more Krabby Patties.
So as you guys just saw, a big part of this episode is that Mr. Krabs crosses the Krabby Patty off of the menu, like insane. So insane that an ambulance literally comes. Now maybe you guys caught this one on your own, but if you didn't, Cartoon Corey's got you covered. But normally in the Krusty Krab, there is this workstation area with the cash register that Squidward always works in, this boat right here. But in that scene when the ambulance comes after Krabby Patties are taken off the menu, Squidward's workstation is just completely missing. It should be right here, but they just forgot to draw it during this one scene, which is kinda hilarious. Here's another one from this episode. I'll make it quick.
No more Krabby Patties.
Yeah, okay, this one's funny. So Krabby Patties, right? They're not sold at the Krusty Krab anymore. Well then why in this scene that takes place after they're removed is there a fish behind SpongeBob still eating a Krabby Patty when they're supposed to be gone? Not that big of a deal, but still technically a mistake. And guys, we've got more. Here's another episode.
At this time, survival looks bleak for the little yellow sponge.
No! This is my worst nightmare! I don't have a drink!
It's time to take a trip down the Tunnel of Glove. This episode has quite a few mistakes, so let's get right into them. Here's the first one.
Glove, it's the Tunnel of Evil!
This one's very weird. So in the Hall of Great Romance, the scene you guys just saw, there's this robot right here with a green dress. Now, the dress covers its legs and feet. Remember this. However, when it eventually walks towards Pearl and SpongeBob, look, the dress is just kind of weird now and shows the feet instead of covering it. It's like the dress's design has changed somewhat, and then it's like this for the rest of the episode. Here's a side-by-side. Isn't 100% a mistake, but y'all know that that's very weird. And here's one that's actually a mistake for sure. Roll the footage.
She's gonna blow!
SpongeBob is your boyfriend!
So at the ending of the episode, the Tunnel of Glove explodes, alright? And when this happens, SpongeBob and Pearl are in this boat right here, and you can see on the back that this boat has this little like flag on the back of it, alright? It's right here, remember this flag. Now eventually they go in water, and when the boat crashes, you can see that the flag is kind of wet right here. But then as the scene progresses, that flag eventually just disappears. Take a look at this shot of the boat, a flag should be right there, but it's just gone now. Literally no one removed it, so it seems that the animators forgot to draw the flag in these shots. Alright, now I will admit the two mistakes we just covered are kinda weak, so let's head over to another episode and cover something spicy.
I could play leapfrog!
This one is hilarious. It's from the episode You Don't Know Sponge, and it has to do with our boy Larry's shorts. Watch this. You guys probably caught it, but Larry over here, when he first enters the store, is wearing his signature swim trunks, alright? I wanna go swimming now. But as he approaches this blender, if we look closely and zoom in on his shorts that are behind the table, they're just randomly black. The animators just completely forgot to give them color. Does it look funny? Yes. Is it a mistake? Also yes. And here's another one from this episode.
It's like we're not friends at all.
Now, Patrick may not have passed the quiz, but like a true best friend, he's always right here for me, right, Patrick?
So when SpongeBob says the line you guys just heard, now Patrick may not have passed the quiz, and looks at the ladder, look, their legs are missing. Their legs are just not there. It's kind of a weird angle. I can understand why they didn't draw them, but they're gone. Crazy how many mistakes there are in SpongeBob, man. It's like endless, so let's keep it moving. Another episode, baby, let's go.
Sea whelks have invaded Bikini Bottom and are on the attack.
Whelks? I'm not afraid of some goofy old sea snail.
This one I'm going to make insanely quick because we've covered a similar one already today, but in the episode Whelk Attack, this happens.
Only $3.99 each. That'll be $54.95.
I will not be surprised if you guys did not catch it, but as Mr. Krabs is coming out with the plate full of Krabby Patties, and he exits the Krusty Krab with the doors behind him, if we look closely through the windows to the inside of the Krusty Krab, we can see that Squidward's cash register station is missing again. We know this because of the order window. We should be able to see the boat that Squidward is normally in right below that order window, but it's not there. And I'm definitely overanalyzing this because it's a kid's cartoon and it's not that big of a deal, but let's keep on overanalyzing apologizing and head over to another episode and find more mistakes. But actually, first, it's time for the random mistake of the day, where we take a very quick break from SpongeBob. Don't worry, we're gonna go right back to SpongeBob to expose a mistake in a random cartoon. Again, though, we're gonna go right back to SpongeBob, but for now, let's talk about Fairly Odd Parents, another Nickelodeon banger.
Just let me clarify this. You married your car.
Yep. Now my kids get 17 miles to the gallon.
The mistake can be found in the episode Power Mad, and it has to do with the character Chester. Here's a little hint, we're showing Chester on screen, remember his hair color. Alright, let's see if you guys can catch this mistake, roll the clip.
We really need to stop playing. Why? I have to go?
No, you don't. You just win at 6:13. Besides,
So you guys probably caught it, especially with the hint I gave you, but if you didn't, Cartoon Corey's got you covered. So let's take a look at Chester right here, and we'll notice that his hair is blonde, alright? And even when they go into like virtual reality in this episode, his hair turns to like this pinkish color, but his hair is not black. So why during this scene are his eyebrows or eyelashes black? They should be blonde. If we look at him in any other episode, look at his eyelashes or eyebrows, they are not black. So this is totally a mistake, and let's get back to SpongeBob. Do let me know in the comments though, guys, what other cartoons you want me to cover for the random mistake of the day, but yeah, back to SpongeBob. Our next mistake can be found in the episode Buried in Time, which is all about the Krusty Krab making like a time capsule. The episode's really funny. Take a look at the beginning here, and then we're gonna get into the mistakes.
Empty. I thought I'd never see the day. Oh, this can has been here for 50 years. That's longer than me.
Okay, it's mistake time. Here's the first one.
Right. This plate is actually not meant to be eaten on. Now, with your permission, I'd like to perform a few tests to verify its authenticity.
So as you guys just saw, there is one fish who brings plates to put in the time capsule, alright? And for about a frame, if you look, his eyes briefly disappear for a frame. They come back, but I mean, come on, man, they should be there the whole time. Here's mistake number 2.
And thanks so much for...
So throughout the scenes where the fish are putting things inside of the capsule, we can see this red ribbon which runs from the stand to the Krusty Krab right here. But throughout this scene, it actually just disappears and reappears. At one point it's here, and this shot it's not there, then it comes back, just totally messy. And let's head over to another episode, guys. The mistakes in this episode we just covered are alright, but this is where things get wild. Be prepared.
SpongeBob, would you help your granny cross the street?
Why don't you walk yourself across the street?
Next up, we've got the abrasive side. This episode's pretty interesting. It's all about SpongeBob realizing that he's too nice, so like an actual sponge, he switches to the green side. He switches to his abrasive side. Now, we're gonna get into the mistakes of this episode as it has a ton of them, but first, here are some hilarious clips from this episode, and then we'll get right to the mistakes.
I wouldn't hang out with you for all the money in Krabs' mattress.
You don't know how long I've waited to hear those words.
Yeah, so this is a really good episode. In terms of season 7, like this is up there as a really good episode. Even good episodes, though, have mistakes. Here's the first one.
You're right on time for our play date.
Woo! I can't wait. You're my best friend. So beat it, Tubby. I don't care for your company.
Did you guys catch it? Because this one's really bad. It's only for a split second, so I get it if you guys didn't. But at one point, when SpongeBob is talking to Patrick, it happens for a frame, but look at one of his eyes. As part of his blue eye turns like red for a split second. Like what? I'm zooming in, it looks really weird, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea how this mistake would have happened. It can't be a layering issue, but whatever. Here's mistake number 2.
Grab something heavy. Now hold still.
No, you don't scare me.
This is gonna sting worse than a jellyfish in a bucket of electric eel.
This one's really easy to miss, but when Sandy rolls up the sleeves on her suit, there is weirdly black hair on her arms even though she already has fur. Think about that for a second. Weird. Here's mistake number 3.
It's unbelievable. More money for service above and beyond.
Okay, this one is really, really, really funny. At one point, as you guys saw, we go into a dictionary in this episode and we can see the definition for multiple words, obviously. Now, when the dictionary is open, you'll notice that the word more is missing from the definition of overkill. In the episode, it reads as the process of doing than a situation requires, when it's obviously supposed to say the process of doing more than a situation requires. Also, in the same scene, if we move over to the left, like in that same shot, you'll notice that the left side of the entire dictionary is like incomplete. It like cuts off here when it's not supposed to. Anyways though, there's actually more mistakes in this episode. Here's another one.
Time to help me test out my disappearator.
No, can't do.
Brainless.
As you guys know, Sandy wears a helmet, a glass helmet that nothing should be able to go through because it's glass, duh. But when this thing hits Sandy, it somehow just goes through her helmet. Like I'm showing it in slow motion, look, it glitches and goes through her helmet when it shouldn't be able to do that because it's a glass helmet. Crazy, dude.
Sorry, not better. Oh, I know. Here, just use a little tape and there you go, good as new. Well, that's all right, because we'll find a new show for ya.
Okay, let's talk about SpongeBob Season 6. It's not the best season, but as I've said before, it also has a ton of good episodes. One of those episodes is Shell Shocked. Unfortunately, though, I have to, bear some bad news and ruin some childhoods, as this episode has 2 mistakes. Here's the first one, Grapple Gang. Let's see if you guys can spot it before I reveal the mistake, all right? Take a look.
Mr. Krabs, perhaps you could help me find a new shell for Gary.
Well, I'd be honored to help you and your sniveling snail during such desperate times. Now, how much you got?
Nothing, Mr. Krabs. I'm broke.
Oh, I see.
But wait, Mr. Krabs!
Did you guys catch it? As this one is blatant. Like, I don't know how the art team missed this one. How they could, render and finalize this episode with this mistake in it. Cause it's bad, man. But yeah, when Mr. Krabs says, "Oh, I see," during this scene, let's take a look at his arm, as one of his red arms is not very red right now. As a matter of fact, it's transparent because the animators forgot to color in his arm. Look, older episodes get a little bit of an excuse, but this is season 6, which is still kind of old, so. But still, this shouldn't be happening, man. Like, I'm zooming in on this. That is rough. And that's not it for this episode. There's another one that's pretty bad, too. Take a look at this.
Okay, you're right, it's not a shell. Oh! Greetings, Earthling. I am SpongeBob. I come from the future.
This is another very blatant one. So when SpongeBob puts on the space helmet, let's watch it in slow motion. As if we look closely, SpongeBob's arms actually go through the space helmet as he's putting it on. Yeah, I'm gonna freeze right here and you can see it, like his arms are just going through it. So yeah, another rough mistake for this episode. It's a good episode, Shell Shocked, but boy are the mistakes bad. Not as bad as this next episode. Let's head over to this next episode. Let's do it.
Here you are, your new home. Oh, Smelly, this is gonna be great. We'll be one big happy family.
So let's head back to season 4 for this one. I personally do not like season 4. Like, aside from the original Fry Cook episode and the one where it's Plankton and Mr. Krabs' origin story, aside from those 2 episodes, I hate this season. But the episode is the thing from season 4. And we're only gonna cover one mistake, and let's make it quick. It's still pretty spicy though. Roll the footage.
They wouldn't know real culture even if it hit them like a truck full of cement.
So for this one, guys, I really need you to listen closely as it's kind of complicated. So I want you to look at this scene, look at the background, all right? Before Squidward hits the cement truck, as you can see, the environment is a street, all right? They're on a street. It's right here, you can see it. But after Squidward hits the cement truck and rolls down covered in cement, poor Squidward, dude, imagine getting covered in cement. Look at the scene now as it changed from that street to a grassy field. This is really weird. I'm gonna show a side-by-side of how the background look, and this all happened in a matter of 30 seconds, so totally a mistake here. The environment and background of a scene doesn't just change randomly. The animators just messed up. And we're gonna keep it going. Here's another episode, guys, with more mistakes.
Attention, zoo patrons! patrons! Clamu the giant oyster is on an emotional rampage! Please scream and run around in circles! Thanks for coming.
Here's another season 2 banger, The Smoking Peanut. This episode is actually a little more underrated in terms of season 2. Like, people like this episode, but I feel it gets overshadowed by all of the other bangers in season 2. Of course, though, just like that last episode, I gotta ruin some childhoods here because there's mistakes in this episode. Roll the footage.
Hey, Patrick, what are you doing?
Oh, hi, SpongeBob. I'm just continuing my investigation of the Great Clamu Caper.
Have you found out anything?
Yes. No, wait. No. Don't worry, SpongeBob. Patrick's on the case. The truth will be revealed.
I'd better go see Sandy. She'll know what to do.
I can't stand it anymore. That poor critter.
So you need to pay close attention, and you guys need to listen closely for this one. So, while SpongeBob is running to Sandy's tree dome saying, "I'll ask Sandy, she'll know what to do," the typical SpongeBob bubble transition starts, but if we look at the bottom, we can see this weird blue card that says Rough Draft Korea on it, which might be confusing to you guys, but this is a mistake. Back in the day, Rough Draft Korea is the company that would animate all of the episodes of SpongeBob. It would be written and the storyboards and everything would be done in North America, but then it would be sent to Rough Draft Korea to do the final edit and animate everything. So yeah, this text in blue screen at the bottom was a mistake by Rough Draft Korea during that transition between different scenes. So if you understand animation, I'm over explaining this and you already get it. So yeah, here's another mistake from the episode though.
The Bikini Bottom Zoo is having its annual flea day. Flea balloons, flea drinks, flea light bulbs.
Let's book him!
Wow, you guys are good. I'm the last person I would have suspected.
Yeah, tell it to the judge, Pinky.
Oh no! Patrick's too sensitive for the big house! Wait! Stop! I'm the one you want!
So for this one to make sense, I need to show you footage from earlier on in the episode. So as you can see in this shot right here, Oyster Stadium is like a walled-in zoo with like big walls and everything, all right? But if this is the case, then how can SpongeBob still see the stadium top to bottom clearly from his house during this scene? It's not that big of a deal, but that's a mistake. Like, SpongeBob would not be able to see that good of a vision of the stadium from his home. He'd be able to see it, but it's walled in. He wouldn't be able to see inside it like that. So totally a mistake and kind of a funny one. Let's keep it moving though, guys. Lots of unbelievable mistakes coming up, so stay tuned, especially this next one.
Hey, Mr. Krabs, what's the good word?
Well, actually, SpongeBob, there's 2 words. And they're not very good. You're fired.
What?
Let's head over to season 9 for this next one. The episode is SpongeBob You're Fired, an episode all about, well, SpongeBob getting fired. He gets canned, bro, and has to go and work at all of these different fast food restaurants. Like, I'm gonna get into the mistake really quickly, but also real quick, here's a little highlight of all of the different places he works at. I'll make it really quick and then we're getting right to the mistakes.
What in the name of Davy Jones's gym shorts are these?
They're weenie patties.
What have you done? You turned an innocent pizza into a pizza patty.
It's some sort of burrito patty.
And take your noodle patty with you.
Yeah, SpongeBob gets around in this episode, and now I'm just hungry. Like, all of these different places, like a hot dog place, I'm hungry. But anyways, what I'm also hungry for are these mistakes. Here's the first one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here I am wallowing in my misery, and it's past your dinner time. Sorry, Gary, you must be starving. Don't worry, Gare Bear. I'll open up a can of snail po for you. Oh no, we're all out of snail po.
This is another complicated one where you guys gotta pay close attention. So when SpongeBob goes into the cupboard to get some snail food for Gary the first time, if one looks closely, one can see that there are multiple cans inside right here. Look at all of those cans of food. Gary's fed for weeks, but we have a continuity error as when the scene progresses and when SpongeBob says, "I'll open up a can of snail po for you," while opening the same cupboard, now it's empty, and I highly doubt that that SpongeBob just fed all of these cans. I'm showing it on screen, the original shot of the cupboard. All of these cans of food, I highly doubt he fed all of them to Gary in a matter of seconds. So this was a continuity error. First, there were a ton of cans, as you can see, and then the shelf is just empty. Like, what? Weird mistake, and here's another one.
It just won't be the same around here without you. You'll have to visit sometime as a customer. Bye-bye now. Sayonara. Good riddance.
This one's not that big of a deal, but I noticed it while watching through the episode. So, when SpongeBob is forced out of the Krusty Krab by Squidward, if we look inside, there are no tables at all. When just take a look at this random clip from the Krusty Krab from another episode, there's always tables inside the restaurant. So it's very weird that in this one scene when Squidward's kicking SpongeBob out, that there's no tables, which is most likely a mistake. And guys, it doesn't end here. I've got another episode, and this is where things are gonna get wild. Animators should have gotten fired for these upcoming mistakes, okay? It's rough.
And what's up with that squirrel fur? I guess fleas need a home too, huh?
Squirrel fur!
This next one is going to be a ton of fun, especially for all of the old people watching this, as we're gonna go back to Squirrel Jokes, a season 2 episode, and boy, oh boy, is this one a banger. Like, seriously, this episode's so good. I hate to break it to you guys, I'm gonna have to ruin some childhoods as this one has a mistake. It actually has 3, so let's dive right in. Here's the first one.
Hey, look, guys! It's the stupid squirrel!
I know, let's try and communicate with it.
Duh.
We're gonna start light, okay? This first one is bad in Squirrel Jokes, but the other two in this one are really, really bad. Like, animators got fired because of this episode. Anyways, though, the first one, when Sandy's in the grocery store and 3 fish start making fun of her, these guys are bullies. Let's take a look at Lloyd over here and watch him in slow motion, as his lips flicker orange for one frame. Normally, his lips look like this. This is the color of his lips, but in this one frame, their lips are like orange, which is incorrect. Your lips don't just randomly change color, guys. Here's a before and after, totally a mistake. Like I said though, we're starting light. Let's head over to the next mistake in Squirrel Jokes, which is really, really bad.
That's true.
Crabs? Oh, brother. They're so cheap, they can't even pay attention.
It's true. I am cheap.
Yeah, so when SpongeBob talks about Mr. Krabs in his stand-up during the talent show, if we head over to Mr. Krabs and we freeze at the right frame, our favorite crab over here has no legs. Like, the animators actually drew Mr. Krabs in this shot, in this scene, with no legs. To be fair, this is a season 2 episode, so it's like over 20 years old, but damn, like, no legs is a really bad mess up, guys. Like, I told you this one was bad, I wasn't lying. And there's another one that's also pretty rough in Squirrel Jokes. Take a look at this mistake.
But seriously, folks, I want to give a special thanks to my friend Sandy.
Did you guys catch it? Well, when the spotlight is put on Sandy after SpongeBob says, I want to give a special thanks to my friend Sandy, let's take a look at Incidental 11 over here, as his fin, well, part of his fin is missing. Normally, Incidental 11 looks like this. Here's an image of him from the SpongeBob wiki, and as you can see, this is how his fin looks. But in this one scene from Squirrel Jokes, like a piece or part of his fin is missing right here. I'm zooming in, and it's not that big of a deal, but if you're a big SpongeBob fan, it is totally a mistake. And let's keep it moving to another episode, guys, with an even crazier mistake. And I'm serious, this one's rough.
So, how big's this thing supposed to get?
Hey, who cares? It's an endless supply of free patties.
Are you gonna cook that thing or just stand there staring at it?
Sorry, Squidward. Coming right up. Oh my goodness!
Man, this season 8 episode is a mouthful. I'm talking about the Krabby Patty that ate Bikini Bottom. Like, what a cool episode. This episode is so good. It has lots of really cool animation. You know, season 8 is very hit or miss. I say this about a lot of the seasons, but this is a good episode in terms of season 8. And as a matter of fact, before we get into the mistake, here are some awesome scenes from this episode. There's a lot of really cool animated scenes. We'll get right into the mistakes after though, so stay tuned.
Mr. Krabs, look out!
Out of my way, you boobs!
Plankton, you're going the wrong way! Turn back or be crushed by a giant monster!
I can't hear you! I need to see this! Ooh, it's gorgeous! Oh, great Patty! Take me! Take me home, Daddy!
Snookums, look out! You've got to promise Mommy you'll be more careful! Neptune knows what she'd do if you were swallowed by the putrid ooze that's running rampant in our streets!
Lots of really cool scenes in this episode, as I said, but there's also a mistake. Let's take a look at this mistake right here.
Squidward! That giant Krabby Patty is on a rampage! We have to escape!
It's a crab avalanche!
Hold it! And just what is it you two think you're doing?
Yeah, so well in the kitchen closer to the ending of the episode, this Krabby Patty right here eats SpongeBob's left shoe and sock, alright? You can see it right here. We can even see SpongeBob's bare foot for a second. But here's the problem. When SpongeBob and Squidward try to exit the restaurant, they reappear now for no apparent reason and remain like this from the rest of the episode. Like he just randomly has his left shoe and sock back. Now, who knows? You know, SpongeBob works here. Maybe he has an extra pair of socks and shoes at work. You know, that would justify this, or maybe it's just a children's cartoon and I'm overthinking this one small little continuity error. That's probably what it is. So let's head over to another episode with a much more blatant mistake that we cannot ignore.
Aha! The library, where he keeps records of his every thought. All of his deepest, juiciest secrets.
Next up, we have the Inside Job, which I feel is a very underrated SpongeBob episode. Now, instead of explaining the plot, I'm just gonna play clips from the episode summarizing what happens, as it'll help the mistake make sense later on. So yeah, here's some funny clips from this episode summarizing it, and then we're gonna get right into its mistake after.
You want the patty recipe, then go to the man who wrote it, Eugene Krabs.
Right. Why didn't I think of that before?
With my mind connector, you'll be able to read Krabs' mind, transferring the recipe directly into your teeny tiny little brain.
Wow, that's a pretty good idea.
Move it!
You're mine.
Hey, where do you want this life-size cutout of you, Mr. Krabs?
No!
Hey, Squidward, we blew a fuse.
If I'm gonna get the Krabby Patty recipe, I'm gonna have to go to Command Central. Hi, friend. Why am I making idiotic comments? Superficial greetings.
See, it's underrated. I bet you want to go and watch the full episode after you're done watching this video, of course. But here's that mistake. Roll the footage.
Well, where's the recipe?
The what?
You really need to pay close attention for this one, and I'm even gonna play the footage in slow motion at one point. But when Patrick walks out of the Krusty Krab after Karen takes Plankton, if we watch closely, Patrick's animation actually freezes and like glitches out for a second, as you can see here. I'm gonna loop it and slow down the footage, and yeah, his animation just like stops and just glitches out for a frame. It's really funny. It's really weird. What's going on, man? Anyways, though, let's head over to another episode with more mistakes.
Come on, wormies, giddy up!
It's the holiday season, so let's kick things off with a snowy, frozen episode. I'm talking about Frozen Face Off from Season 8. This episode is all about like a worm sledding race, which is really cool, but more importantly, it's what you guys are here for. It has some mistakes, 3 to be exact, and they're really rough. Here's the first one. Let's see if you guys can spot it.
The chum bucket now serving Krabby Patties.
We're too live.
We'll see about that, boyo.
Whoa! You can't cut in line!
So this one will really need to slow things down for it to be, detectable, but when everyone cuts in line during this scene, let's take a look at SpongeBob's pupil as it blinks blue 4 times. Like, look at this. I'm gonna show it in slow motion again. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That's pretty rough. I don't think SpongeBob's pupil is supposed to be blue. It's supposed to be black, so this was a pretty rough mistake. And here's another one from this episode. This episode has a lot of errors.
I hate to break up story time, but I'd like to not get eaten today.
So this one you really need to be paying close attention to, just like that last one. But after Sandy says, I'd hate to break up story time, but I'd like to not get eaten today, same Sandy, and everyone starts running towards the sleigh. Let's take a look at our favorite little yellow sponge over here, as the right side of SpongeBob's white shirt is for some reason red for one single frame. Like, I'm zooming in right here and it's red. This is how SpongeBob's pants normally look right here. Here's a shot from like another episode, but in this one scene, it's just red right here, which is totally a mistake. And guys, there's another one in this episode. It's wild. Roll the footage.
You single-handedly saved your vessel from certain doom!
Nope. That didn't work.
Dude, the mistakes in Frozen Face-Off are really, really bad, and this next one is the worst. So, when Mr. Krabs says, nope, that didn't work, let's take a look at Mr. Krabs, as there's this weird orange spacing between his eyes for a frame. Like, this is really weird, dude. Like, I'm gonna zoom in right here. Look at this. I'm circling it. This little orange spot should not be here. It should just be the sky behind them, like the background. So, really rough mistake, man. And guys, there's more. Let's head over to another episode with an even worse mistake. Let's do it. Let's go.
Hello?
No!
Sorry, sir. We're closed.
Ahoy there, Krusty Krab. How can I help you? Pizza? Of course we have pizza.
Mr. Krabs, we don't serve pizza. We don't deliver.
We don't deliver, but you do.
First up, we have an episode that any old school SpongeBob fan loves, and that's Pizza Delivery. I love this episode. This episode's all about Mr. Krabs literally turning a Krabby Patty into pizza, and then SpongeBob and Squidward going on quite the epic adventure to get it delivered. What I'm here to deliver though, what Cartoon Corey is here to deliver though, is this mistake. There's 3 in this episode. Here's the first one.
Antenna. Check. Bumper. Check. Bumper. Sticker. Check.
Back it up.
Okay.
Shift into reverse, SpongeBob.
Reverse. Oh yeah, reverse. Huh?
Back it up.
Back it up!
Give me the wheels, SpongeBob. Give me the wheels.
Backing up.
Okay, so the boat that SpongeBob and Squidward use to make the delivery at the beginning of the episode, as you can see right here, it has this nice little bumper sticker, okay? Remember this. It's white and green, and it says, I brake for sea urchins, all right? Very cute, SpongeBob. Now, the reason I'm pointing this out is at first it's on the boat, as I just showed you guys, but as the scene progresses and SpongeBob and Squidward start driving, we get this back shot of the boat, and where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd the bumper sticker go? At first, it was there, so it should be there during this scene. You can tell that the animators drew it here at first for like comedic effect, but then we're feeling a little lazy and didn't draw it during these shots here. And guys, here's another mistake from this episode, and this one's even worse.
How am I supposed to eat this pizza without my drink? Didn't you ever once think of the customer? You call yourself a delivery boy? Well, I ain't buying! Another one? Look, I told your little friend I ain't paying for that!
Well, this one's on the...
Did he change his mind?
He sure did. Ate the whole thing in one bite.
No drink?
No. Now, take me home.
Are you kidding? We have just enough time to make it back to work.
Work.
So for this one, Grapple Gang, I need to give you guys some context. Now, longtime viewers of the channel already know what's coming, but canonically, the Chum Bucket and Krusty Krab have always been shown to be across the street from each other. As you can see in this shot right here, they're directly across from one another, and there's even like a path between the road to both restaurants. Well, at the end of this episode, we get a bit of a swerve, as it's eventually revealed that the customer's house that SpongeBob and Squidward are delivering to turns out to be exactly across the street from the Krusty Krab. It's kinda funny, but this is actually like a total mistake because no, the Chum Bucket should be directly across the street from the Krusty Krab, as you can see in this clip right here. This is even a different clip to show you. In multiple episodes, it's always been shown that these two restaurants are directly across from one another. So I really don't know how this customer's house is just randomly across the street now. It makes for a funny joke in a cartoon, but in terms of like continuity, it's a mistake. And guys, believe it or not, there's another mistake in this episode. To be fair, it's a season 1 episode, so, but yeah, roll the footage.
Oh, nope, I was wrong. Looks okay. Sure is a fine-looking pizza.
Yeah.
What's that? Is that the cheese?
Yeah.
Oh, looks good, huh?
Wait a second! I know what you're trying to do, Squidward. I'm not letting you eat the pizza!
Give me that pizza!
So this one's more funny, and to be honest, I'm nitpicking, alright? You can tell I'm a hungry boy because I was paying attention to this. It's not that big of a deal, but if you pay attention throughout the episode, there is more, sometimes less, pepperoni on the pizza in different shots. Sometimes it looks like this and has this many pepperonis. Sometimes in this shot it looks like this and has less pepperonis. So very funny, and let's head over to another episode, guys, with even more mistakes, crazier than the ones we just talked about. Let's do it.
Let's have that tea now. Hi!
Pinky! Pinky!
Next up, we've got a classic tea at the Tree Dome from season 1. Now there's 2 mistakes I really want to get into, so let's do that. Here's the first one, roll the footage.
Where have I seen this before? Here it is. Land squirrel. That little squirrel is in trouble.
Take that, you sorry old clam!
So as all of you guys know, SpongeBob's square pants is a big part of his design. And as you can see, here's a quick PNG of SpongeBob, his belt goes all the way across his pants, right? Remember this. Because early on in the episode Tea at the Tree Dome, during this scene, when SpongeBob says that little squirrel is in trouble, look, let's take a look at the left part of our favorite Sponge's pants, as the left part of his belt is missing. They just forgot to draw it during this one shot, which is pretty funny. That ain't it for this episode though. Here's another mistake from the same episode.
I like you, SpongeBob. Well, we could be tighter than bark on a tree. Hi!
I like you too, Sandy. Say, what is that thing on your head?
Well, that's my air helmet.
May I try it on?
Heck no, I need it to breathe. I gotta have my air.
Me too. I love air. Air is good.
No kid.
Why, air's my middle name. The more air, the better.
Did you guys catch it? Yeah, so let me explain. Take a look at this shot of Sandy Cheeks. This is how she normally looks. This is how she always looks. And as you can see, normally her neck is brown. It's like the same color that we can see on top of her head. It's the color of her fur. But during this one scene in Tea at the Tree Dome, when Sandy says no kidding, dude, what is going on? As her neck is white instead of like brown. When literally in like every other appearance of Sandy throughout the entire series, her neck is brown. So I'm definitely overanalyzing this, that's what I do, but totally a mistake here. Anyways though, let's head over to another episode of SpongeBob with even crazier mistakes.
Look at them eating that garbage. It's disgusting. They're sickening. I hate Krabby Patties.
Ah! Good one, Squidward.
First up is one of my favorite episodes from season 3. This episode is iconic, and it's Just One Bite. This episode's all about Squidward trying a Krabby Patty for the first time and lying. My boy is capping in this episode, pretending he doesn't like Krabby Patties. You, Squidward, are a liar. More importantly though, this episode has 3 mistakes, so yeah, here's the first one.
It's delicious.
Listen, SpongeBob, how long are you prepared to keep this up? Give me that.
I'ma be real with you guys, if you caught that one, I'm impressed, as it actually took me like 3 or 4 watch-throughs to actually catch it. But when SpongeBob handcuffs himself to Squidward during this scene, the space between Squidward's arm is like colored in, and it's the same color as his brown shirt right here. I'm zooming in, as you can see. That little space right there should be the blue sky in the background, but the animators messed up. To be fair, this episode came out in like 2001, that's like over 20 years ago, so I'll give them a break, but that is a bad mistake. And that's not it for this episode. This next one's even worse.
You like Krabby Patties, don't you, Squidward?
Yes! Yes! I admit it, SpongeBob! I love Krabby Patties!
I knew it all along, Squidward. No one can resist a Krabby Patty.
This next one happens closer to the ending of the episode when SpongeBob catches Squidward just going crazy with the Krabby Patties. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show the mistake because it's really bad. But quickly, here are some really quick clips of Squidward just going ham on some Krabby Patties. He loves them. Yeah, Squidward, you are a total liar, bro. You love Krabby Patties. But anyways, during this scene, alright, at the ending of the episode, when SpongeBob says, "I knew it all along, Squidward," take a look at our yellow friend's upper top left hole, as the animators messed up again, as look, it's blue for like a split second. It is only for like a split second, but that's still a mistake and it looks kind of weird. Imagine if SpongeBob's pores were blue. Anyways though, I've got another mistake from this episode, so let's get back to that. It's a good one!
Good. Now go spread the word. All the wasted years. I gotta have more. I gotta have more. But wait. After that performance, he'd never let me live it down.
Alrighty, last mistake for Just One Bite, which makes me sad because I love this episode, but hopefully you guys caught it, as it's a little complicated, so listen closely, Grapple Gang. When SpongeBob goes inside the Krusty Krab, we can see this window on his right, and the door is on his left. Remember this, okay? The window can be seen on his right, and the door is right on his left, right there. But as the scene progresses, and Squidward is about to enter, look, now the window is on his left and the door is on his right, which is a major continuity error. The layout of the Krusty Krab wouldn't just change randomly, and here's like a side by side. I'm splitting it right down the middle, side by side, and you can see major continuity error.